Hello, gents, and welcome back to this PBM. Well, I believe is part 9. When last I checked. Interesting bits. We'll get some new players introduced. Some people will get shot. Some people will get shot at. Some people will die. Some people will fall. Let's go ahead and spend some time with the Americans, since they don't really do too much. And we'll go ahead and watch this platoon fall back. As you can see over here, they're popping a few shots off at range. But nothing too real serious, just enough to kind of shoot at them a bit. Well, this platoon kind of hangs out over here. They take some fire,
We gotta hold this line.
but not a lot. And every now and then they'll pop off a shot, but for the most part they leave. Our Jeep over there gets shot by something, but I'm pretty sure it's just one of the half-tracks over there. And our platoon manages to fall back with relatively little incident, if any. Meanwhile, our mortars moving up past them. Sounded like a Piat. Actually, yeah, that was a Piat now I think about it. Just ignore the casualties in the distance. And our mortar team manages to move up and crash through a stone. Stone wall? Nope, just a thing. Anyway, they'll be over there soon enough. Meanwhile, over here, the Americans continue to clear out the roadway, house by house, taking no major risks except with the Greyhounds, who are more or less just kind of charging down the road. We're hoping to get a little bit of a surprise on those ambushers up there, and we're clearing out these houses in case they're instructed to only target non-armored targets, and as such maximize casualties. The Greyhounds are pumping rounds in there though. These guys are taking that house. As they take that house and note that it is in fact secure, these guys will bound out forward and they'll bound over to there. So it's about time to see about linking up. Oh, and also this squad finds no one in the school, so I believe the school has been secured by us at the 41-minute mark. I'm going to call it. And these guys will, in fact, begin to assault this house over here. So we'll have these guys pause for probably 30 and then bound forward and bound into that house. And we'll probably reform this squad right around here-ish, and then we'll have them assault into there. And they'll begin to set up our base of fire for right here. And that second platoon, which we have running up the rear, we'll probably wind up leading the assault, even though I don't think we've taken... Now the Americans have taken 2 casualties so far in taking the school, which I will say is a damn good trade for what we've done to them, which I think is, what, 3? One of those is an MG42. Oh, and yeah, we lost some Jeeps. So, I mean, I guess technically like 6, 7, 8 guys. So the Germans are winning casualty-wise, but we're winning because we have the school, and we have the surrounding area secured. The Poles are doing their damnedest right now, and it looks like they're about to get counterattacked. Jerry seems to be setting up a fortified line of defense along this way, along these 4 houses, which will lead to some intense house-to-house fighting if we can get close enough to get into these houses, where I want to position that tank, slash half-track, slash everyone. Meanwhile, it's gonna get interesting. Meanwhile, we're finally pushing up into this area, and it's turning out to be hectic. And a little bloody. Just a little, though. So we'll go ahead and watch these guys, because there's some interesting stuff happening over here. So first of all, the half-tracks are firing. Actually, we'll watch all of them. The half-tracks are firing. Luckily, no one gets hit by the MG34 first. But that Panzerschreck team, well, what remains of it, still shooting at us with their pistol. So we send this assault squad over, consisting of the leader and the 2 riflemen, to go clear it out. One of the riflemen gets stuck inside the other one. They finally get that resolved, and they rush over there to go clear out the house. Meanwhile, these guys try and suppress the house by shooting at the wall. So they stack up over here. They take a peek inside. And they spot this guy. He whips out his pistol and starts shooting, because shooting at 3 people with his pistol is a sure boys fry. He shoots one guy and wounds him, but the Sergeant of Bodiera just nails him. So we'll probably leave Bodiera over there, or we'll probably reform them. He'll go through the house to there, they'll come up to here, and we'll assault the house this way, with the intent of clearing out this courtyard. Speaking of clearing out the courtyard, Poland's finest 1st Section 8 detachment moves up here, and we set up on this little hole in the wall. Prepare to find a way to force an entrance. The MG-34 stops to reload, our bridge gun actually promptly puts him down. And our rifle scouting section heads through here and stumbles into exactly the trap I expected. There's an MG-44 directly inside that window, who shoots at them as they try and enter. And this man retreats out the back. We'll try and figure out where he went. The men turn to engage him. They manage to fire one shot, and he reloads his MP-40 before he turns, drops to the ground, throws a single grenade out the window and kills him. But it does mean we can stop shooting at the hell out of the top of the house, because there's probably no one up there. So 1st Section 8 detachment is now just 1st Section. 8 detachment is gone. Oh. But back to minor things. Minor details, like, where the hell did that guy go? Looks like he ran into that house. And back out the back. Possibly back out the back. That's another option. We could try and loop this squad around the back. And see if we couldn't, sort of surprise them from behind right here and hit them like that while this squad moves up like that. It is, however, imperative that we begin to clear out this house, because this squad is moving up to here. Meanwhile, this squad gets over here. So these guys finish up their fire support mission over there, firing on that house, and we've more or less cleared up the top floor. Actually seen it be cleared. They begin their nice casual drive into the orchard of doom because I'm confident. So I have no idea what really happened. But there's dead bulls in it, so there's probably some doom in it somewhere. Trust me, they'll find it. So 3rd Section gets here. And these guys are just taking up a casual defensive position. I'm just kind of hoping that they'll, maybe not hoping that they'll find something, but hoping that if something is found, that they'll find it. And so our men are moving up to set up here. Of course, there's ricochets everywhere. But they spot, or at least the halfback spots, the Jerry's forming up a defensive line along there. And I swear to God, MG-42 gunners are the most accurate gunners in the game, because instantly, under heavy fire from the 50 caliber, nails it as he stands up. I mean, we're gonna need to put a hell of a lot of fire on there. Probably rush the mortar up right back here. See if we can't get some mortar fire on them. That sensor could hurt like shit. So we'll probably drop some mortars on these guys. They're moderately lodged in, but not too tightly lodged in. So it shouldn't be too hard. And they look like regular Wehrmacht, I think. Maybe SS? I don't think they're SS. They don't have the typical SS attire, but they might be SS. I'm not entirely sure. I have so many German uniform mods installed. So we'll start getting this thing to put them under intense amounts of fire. We'll throw a bunch of ammunition at them, and hopefully some of it will hit. And we'll toss some organic mortar support on there. Speaking of organic mortar support, I still don't really know what I'm going to do with mine. I'm thinking suppression, but not really sure where. Let's see how long those mortars have to go. Go to spotter. 2 more minutes of that, and 7 more minutes of that. Wow. We'll just leave them shooting up that area. There's not... there's not much reason to let them in. to let those vehicles be able to go in, even unbuttoned. And who knows, maybe we can immobilize something in one of the roads, and that would just be amazing. I'm kind of loving this harassing mortar fire. It must just be annoying as hell for Marco Jager, who we're playing though. Because I feel like it's really denied him movement down the roads with infantry. Like say right here, he's been kind of unable to move his infantry. Where is it? Yeah, he's been unable to move them back for quite a while, just because of the mortars, which I believe is part of the reason why we're starting to kill them right here, or at least some of them right here. Is that we have them moderately, I don't want to say pinned, but stuck in place. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and run these guys up to right here. See if we can't get some stuff going on. These guys will bust it over to here, where they'll bombard this area. This area or this area? This area. Okay, technically no line of sight. Oh yeah, that's right. This area. There we go. So they'll put some mortars down on that target. I don't see any radio equipment amongst the Germans, so I believe this is just a regular infantry squad. Got a Car 98s and an MP40 in there somewhere. Still, no reason to really panic or anything. We'll throw some fire down on there. Have these guys shoot at him too. If we could get some bullets downrange, it'd be lovely. Actually, we're going to start assaulting towards into that house. We're gonna have this squad assault into that house because I want it bad. Who are you? Oh, okay. And then once these guys get up here, I want a lot of bullets going a lot of directions. Most of them this way, though. That should do it. That's enough bullets going that way. And we'll keep these guys from running off like crazy little chipmunks for about 30 seconds. That'll give us enough time to set up a base of fire, be awesome. Means this guy has to sit out in the open for a while, though. And you guys, just take 10 seconds, it'll be fine. I'm sure of it. I guarantee it. And then I want you guys to move out to here and shoot that place. And right now, I want you to shoot that place. Can you shoot that place right now? Yeah? Does it work? Is it on your agenda? Just clear the target quick up to here. Target there. No? Alright, well, whatever. We'll just have them hunt. Hunt. Pause, up to 20. Base of fire team. Go ahead and clear that target, move quick up to here, then... Oh, well, I guess you're kind of tired, so then just quickly move that way. Turn it down. I mean, clap twos. Clap twos. You guys get in there. Get over here. Then bust a move over to there. Fire order is cancelled. And your bullets are out, I believe. So, I think the half-track has the bullets, but this guy doesn't. So, does beg the question of how effective the half-track will be, but perhaps we can at least attract some fire. In the meantime, I do want you to get your head the hell down, so that you're not just hanging out there with your dick 6 feet to the wind. maybe he has enough bullets and he's just, I don't know, messing with me. We'll get this mortar team over to there real fast. What if we get them over to here and we get 2 mortars going? Double pole power. Alright. And, 1, 2, 3, 4. This squad's hanging together, but they're rattled. Probably tiring. So we're gonna go play Corpsman for a little bit, actually. Let's see if we can split them up into little groups. No? Okay. We're gonna go play Corpsman and just kind of, grab all the wounded with these guys, since they're currently the most combat ineffective. So they'll just run around snagging these guys. It'll increase our base score. I think we took our first actual dead casualty right there. That's him. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. I'm sorry. Show trees. I want you to blast him. And I'm sure there's something good about that. Alright, so I'll just hang out there for 30 seconds, Jets. I want you to get up there and clear out that house. Meanwhile, I'll move these guys up to here. And move this over here. The dog has been introduced to my room. That's interesting. Move these guys up to here and here. And everybody gets to rush in there and hopefully not get shot. 'Cause that would suck. And the pioneers, I guess, can move. And the pioneers can move up. And we'll have them sort of extra double secure the school. But there's no real need for it. It's more of a I have them, I might as well kind of deal. They're there to double check it. And we'll move this mate over to here. Have him look down that way. Well, this guy continues to engage those guys with the gun that he has. And these guys have been shot at a lot, so I'll just leave them be at this point. So they've got a group of guys over here. Question is, can I see them from across the bank? And if I can, where from? Or should I be able to, and I'm just not doing it? Because just not doing it means there's no real solution. But I think right along this road, right about here-ish, give us some pretty good looks. If we could pull it off. If not, I'm sure we'll see something big-ish trying to sneak down the road. I need to get those greyhounds into town. Was that just where I had him before? Oh, let's do something original. Actually, no. Originality's overrated. And this is the commander. First section. Okay, good. So they're not actually like... Nah. Alright. If I had a Greyhound to spare, I would maybe try and super suppress this and just scream him past the ambush in, like, right into here and just start shooting shit. Because it'd be a little bit funny. If he made it. If he made it, it would be hilariously effective, actually. I mean, that brings me to an idea. No, they can't. But could these guys, was my plan ever? It could have worked. Alright, well, whatever. We'll let those guys get over to over there, and then we'll probably walk them in. But there's not too much else for them to do. XO team will move up to, I guess, the school. And start running this guy forward. So a lot of jiggling around. I'll have the platoon leader run over here. Around, let's say 20 seconds. That should give them enough time to do anything crazy they need to do. I'll pause here for 5. Just to hang out in the open. That's a 25-second delay. It's basically half a minute. It's more time than I'm giving. If you incorporate travel time, that's more time than giving them to get and clear the house in front of it. I have to hiccup again. You know, if you were truly desperate for a counterattack position, you could go through there with the infantry and sweep them around to the right. Wouldn't be near as fast, but you could do it. So we've got kind of a shaky front line along here, and it's kind of advancing here, and really hopefully advancing a lot right here. Just all depends on the timing. It's really what it all depends on. And whether or not there's someone hanging out in the fucking castle. But yeah, these guys are gonna definitely move up that way. Just because I believe it's the quickest and most efficient way of clearing out that house. And if there's one guy with a gun over here, maybe he'll stick his head out and be stupid or some shit like that. And maybe we'll dismount the executive officer with his pistol and his 2 riflemen. They could be useful in securing the back area, hunting for stragglers who don't want to fight anymore anyway. Still. It's a hell of a desperate defense. Got a line right here. I suspect we've broken this line entirely, and there's probably 1 or 2 ambushers. I imagine. But there might not be. I imagine we'll see them run out if they do. If they don't, well, maybe we kill them. Wouldn't mind killing them. Solve my problem. We haven't heard anything from his infantry gun for a while, so it's also possible we killed it with mortars. Or they're moving it around, we just have no idea where the hell it's gone. This German line over here does concern me though, because if they manage to bring up troops here and here, it'll make it incredibly hard to secure those houses without, like, some pretty direct support. So I want to make sure these guys get schwacked before they can interfere with my assault on those houses. Hopefully those trees will guard us from it. And hopefully that far platoon will be able to make it up there rapidly. And hopefully they won't get shot by that house by the time they make it. So, a lot of hopes and dreams I have. What a shame if I were to, you know, actually rely on them. Anyway, and I guess second platoon will work itself out eventually. They'll get over here. I give them, because we gotta give them time to rest before we push across Dive Bridge, which will give the Germans time to push back against the Poles. But maybe that extra time will mean they pull people off the line against the Americans, and we'll be able to shove our way across the bridge real rapidly. I don't know. Maybe a 5-minute break could do us some good. Put the enemy off balance by giving them too much time to guard. They could overcompensate, actually. Either way, we have a very intact American striking force. So, I don't want to say we can afford to lose some men, because we really can't. But we have the capacity to get into a firefight and stay engaged. So yeah. Man, I love those uniforms. Alright. So I guess that'll be my final transmission for this. I'll see you on the next turn. Until then, I've been your Commander Tomato. I'll see you on the next. Actually, this more. What's he doing? He'll dismount there. Okay, yeah. So we'll get him next turn. We'll get him to set up like right there. He'll drop mortars on anyone and everyone who shoots at me. It'll be great. All right. I've been your Commander Tomato. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all on the next turn. Good day.